Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the ambassador of the World Wrestling Network, Trevin Adams, joined by Let's Get Serial's own Alyssa Marino. And what better way to kick off the return of WWN Proving Ground than the WWN Legends Sideshow?
It looks like Sideshow has something to say.
WWN Training Center. This is where we're training the future stars of tomorrow that you guys are going to see very, very shortly. I'm super excited to be one of the head trainers here and work with the students and be able to do this and pass on my knowledge to those that want a career in professional wrestling. And I got to tell you, it's great to be back with Proving Ground, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. And we have a heck of a show for you guys tonight.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alyssa, I think you know that music.
I do know that music, yeah. And members of the Next Level certainly know how to make an entrance, no matter how inopportune of a time it may be, Trevin.
Indeed, the FIP Florida Heritage Champion Anthony Green, Andy Brown, what are they doing here?
I mean, causing a disruption.
Sideshow, you love to get in Anthony Green's business. Well, Andy Brown and I would love to get in yours. Beautiful facility you have here. You're right, it is one hell of a show, but it has nothing to do with you or your students. It's me and it's Uptown Andy Brown. And what else? My new idol, the Sick Daddy. He's wrestling one of your prized students.
Yeah, sure is.
So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna be at ringside supporting my best friend while he kicks your little trainee's ass.
Oh my God, come on.
You're not even supposed to be here tonight, but it is typical because this little group of garbage always sounds gay.
Can't argue with the WWN faithful.
I think the people have spoken, and I've had a long week, and I was gonna, haul ass after I opened the show, but I think I'm gonna stick around because yes, one of my students is facing Andy Brown, and I want to see how good you think you are. So I'm not going anywhere. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, if we can get the trash out of the ring. Then we can start the show.
Indeed, later on. Oh, listen to this. Again, hard to argue with the WWN faithful, but later on here in this very episode of WWN Proving Ground, you will see Andy Brown of Next Level face a WWN Training Center standout in Rafael Delgado. I am excited for that matchup, Alyssa. A little nervous about AG, though, if he's truly going to be at ringside.
Certainly nervous about the fact that Next Level always has the safety in numbers aspect. So what is that going to potentially mean? How could it play a role in Rafael Delgado's breakout match against Andy Brown?
Yeah, 110% again. Great seeing the WWN Legends Sideshow and send things down to Michael James. I think we're ready to get things rolling.
All right. Defending my ACW Cruiserweight Championship for the first time tonight in the return of WWN Proving Ground.
Now I hope Brian Atomic is ready for this black belt spirit because it never quits. See you soon.
All of the contest is scheduled for one fall. First for the ACW Cruiserweight Championship. Introducing first.
Big opportunity here for Brian Atomic. ACW Cruiserweight Championship match. We'll hear Michael James with the official introductions in a moment.
He is from Northern Connecticut, weighing in at 164 pounds, Brian Atomic.
So listen, I can tell you from the perspective of Brian Atomic, few years in the sport, one of those guys who has gotten better and better and taken advantage of every opportunity, especially when things weren't running as frequently. Atomic was in there getting those reps.
And certainly it's always important to keep yourself fresh and keep yourself learning. But certainly there is a challenge ahead of Brian Atomic in Alex Todd's first defense of the ACW Cruiserweight Championship.
Of course, Alex Todd winning the ACW Cruiserweight Championship before the WWN Super Show Battle of the Belts 2021 with a bonus match filmed, of course, and released during WWN channels, but for the live audience only. There's nothing like experiencing the World Wrestling Network live, whether you're here on us every Friday night at 7 p.m. at this brand new facility you're seeing here in Proving Ground, the WWN Training Center, or of course the OCC Road House in Clearwater, Florida. Melissa, I know you're a big fan of the OCC Road House. I've seen you on your motorcycle.
Certainly, Trevin. I think it's something to be said for the atmosphere of being here live, feeling the palpable energy, as well as seeing these bonus matches that you may not get to see as early if you're on your Club WWN subscription. If you can be here live, there is a certain element, an inexplicable factor that I'm sure the crowd here can feel the electricity in this ACW championship match.
Oh, 100%. And again, this facility is very intimate, as you guys can see here tonight. Definitely worth making the trip if you were ever on the west coast of Florida. But here's Brian Atomic wasting no time. What a takedown on the champion. I was going to say, I thought we were going for a quick pin here, but it looks like both men kind of struggling, jockeying for position.
Well, Alex Todd as well talks about the Fang of Kime Ryu, this won't quit spirit that keeps driving him forward, and especially with the stakes being this high and keeping himself established as the ACW Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, and right now looking like a champion here is Todd, controlling the momentum, holding onto the arm of Brian Atomic. And good, by the way, to see referee Dominic Coco back here in a WWN ring. Been a while since we've seen Dom. Of course, not a clean break. But hey, can you blame the challenger here? Atomic able to take back control here. No good deed goes unpunished in the case of Alex Todd.
There's certainly a respectable quality and respectful quality in how Alex Todd competes. But again, something happens to the minds when these titles are on the line, and people stoop to some pretty nasty levels.
Beautiful. Two boots there to the gut, and another drop kick here. Alex Todd looking phenomenal right now.
Super athletic, super quick, and showing strength as well as Alex Todd.
Big slam as well. Champion looking like a champion. Atomic in some trouble. But as we've already seen in this matchup, I would keep an eye on Atomic because he obviously will stoop to any level it will take to win this match.
The pendulum can certainly swing both ways, Trevin, and it could take just a minuscule misstep or a mistimed action on Alex Todd's part. He really needs to stay on top of Brian.
And we see those chops now lighten up the chest of Atomic. Oh, what force. Looks like it gave life back to Atomic. Return fire. And another.
Atomic seems to be really basking in how much the crowd is voicing their dislike. Talk about being fueled by those chops. He's fueled by the crowd as well, but...
And authentic Atomic drop, followed by that boot there as well. I tried to actually catch up with Brian Atomic and ask him a little bit about, comes out as you saw in the gas mask, the name and the obsession with really just an atomic level of destruction. And other than pretty much what I just said there, I couldn't get much out of this young man.
I mean, certainly a very enigmatic competitor, an enigmatic human, and just really taking it to Alex Todd here at Proving Ground, Trevin.
Oh yeah, disrespectful with that boot, as you just saw right there. It's one thing to have the champion down, it's another thing to literally wipe his face up with your boots. And of course using the ropes as well.
Yeah, wipe his face on the rope as well.
You can see Alex Todd trying to show signs of life and come back, but immediately shut down here by Brian Atomic. And into the pin. 2 count only, but Atomic's definitely taking this match seriously, as you can tell here, Alyssa.
Yeah, Atomic is truly doing what he needs to do to stay on top of having Alex Todd in this more prone position, unleashing a furious strike right to the spine, but Alex Todd now reversing course.
Yeah, clearly Atomic made the mistake thinking he had Alex Todd down, and Todd really became more angry after the kick got up and delivering strikes of his own. Ooh. And into the pin.
Yeah, pulling Brian back.
And those are 2 count only. You can see now a little bit of urgency here on the side of Atomic, but great place and knee there for the counter. A handful of hair, but definitely effective to take down the champion.
Atomic, I think, may have just bought himself enough time to recover from the strikes that he was suffering at the hands of Alex Todd, and I think staying in this favor, we could be seeing a new ACW Cruiserweight champion, Trevin.
I know you just said it here with the cravat well placed. This is exactly the kind of thing that if you are Atomic, you want to wear down your opponent. We've seen the gas tank Alex Todd can go on for miles and miles, so make Alex Todd struggle for the breath. It looks like Alex Todd's struggling his way up regardless. Ooh, what a knee.
And that is the thing that is so impressive about Alex Todd, is this fighting spirit that just keeps him driving through these matches, but an atomic cravat. Yeah, okay. Definitely not making it easy for Todd.
I love how he's renamed it into an atomic cravat here, as you see Alex Todd again coming to his feet. Just hitting into there to the midsection, but all shut down quickly with the knee. Once again, Brian Atomic with the control here of the pace of this matchup.
Atomic is really punishing Alex Todd for fighting back in this match, especially with his ACW Cruiserweight Championship on the line. He is making Todd suffer.
Yeah, but check it out. Champion just got through.
Oh.
Electric chair, perhaps.
Look at the power of Todd.
Beautiful. Into that release German suplex out of the electric chair. That was impressive.
Alex Todd is on such a different level right now when you think about the resilience, the speed, the technical prowess, and also just the relentless striking of Alex Todd. It's a different mindset. It's a different type of training, and it is really driving him forward in this title defense.
And you're definitely seeing both of these athletes, the resilience here, this strike exchange, hitting each other so hard, literally each strike the other man falls over.
Yeah, definitely pulling out all the stops in this ACW Cruiserweight Championship match here at Proving Ground.
Yeah, something's going to have to give here, and right now it looks like Alex Todd taking back control. Beautiful elbow there, helicopter style, and Todd not slowing down.
And that's the thing for Todd. Stay a moving target and stay on top of your opponent.
Yeah, that running boot in the corner here, those series of strikes have been very effective. Beautiful release suplex. Is this the end? Pinfall.
To retain.
Somehow, I am impressed that the challenger, Brian Atomic, was able to get that shoulder up. And even if it happened at 2.999, very impressive this young man still in this thing, but for how much more?
For how much more, and you know, is Atomic potentially fueled by how close he came, but oh no.
Yeah, indeed, Uranagi into the backbreaker, and champion pushing off Atomic, but Atomic gets out of the way. Critical moment, and how about that kick in the corner? And wait, caught by the champ.
Uh-oh, not the predicament you want to be in.
You see Alex Todd is trying to drag Atomic across the ring, and Atomic's doing everything he can to try to kick away and into the ankle lock now.
Desperation maneuvers from Atomic, but Todd is on top, and that ankle is cinched.
This could very well be it here for the challenger. Not close enough to the ropes here. You can see now Atomic's having to struggle with just about every ounce of his being to just make it to the rope, but the damage not only being done, continuing to be done, and Alex Todd pulled into the ropes. How about the handspring into the forearm? That was effective. Taking down the champion. Is this going to be it? Pinfall. Still just a 2 count. Impressive this time from Alex Todd. And you hear the WWN faithful trying to get behind Alex Todd here. What's it going to take?
Certainly trying to keep the ACW Cruiserweight champion motivated in this matchup against Brian Atomic.
You notice now you're seeing that killer instinct from Brian Atomic. You got to give it to the challenger. The forearms here in the corner. Curious to see what Atomic has in mind here.
I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures, Trevin.
And what are the unique things about this facility, man? If you go falling the wrong way, it's going to be even more disastrous. The wall right there.
And certainly so much of the ring itself is already so unforgiving.
Holding on for dear life is the champion. And now those forearms rocking the challenger, but you got to give it to Atomic. He's throwing him right back.
Oh, and a headbutt as well, but returned in kind by Todd.
Yeah, I'm definitely impressed by the tenacity of both of these athletes, but still nervous about the positioning here.
Oh, no.
Todd able to push off Atomic.
And now Todd perched on the top rope, looking to fly.
That flying ace crusher does connect right here. Can Todd follow this up?
Todd is fired up, ready to go, and looking to retain. Oh!
Yeah, absolutely brutal knee to the back there.
Definitely a killing blow.
And you just said it, it very well might be, and if that wasn't, that spinning heel kick very well should have been. Pinfall.
Forget it.
Indeed. Big title defense here from Alex Todd, the reboot, the kickoff, if you will, of WWN Proving Ground from our brand new WWN Training Center. First match setting the tone, and Alyssa, I think it sure did. Both athletes look great.
They certainly do, and such an impressive victory and first title defense of the ACW Cruiserweight Championship for Alex Todd. Definitely a point of pride and an incredible way to kick things off here at Proving Ground.
See, poor Atomic can't even get up. Trying to regain his faculties in a moment, though. We'll actually hear from the champion, Michael James, heading down for the interview.
It's so good to be back to WWN Proving Ground. You see, this is what I busted my ass every week to show all of you what this black belt spirit is all about. All right, for the future, we're gonna see more title defenses and more Alex Todd.
Indeed, you can hear the energy and excitement here from our ACW Cruiserweight champion. Definitely excited to see what the future holds for Alex Todd.
Alex Todd. I was this close. Brian Atomic was this close from taking that ACW Cruiserweight Championship. To be honest, you got lucky. You lucky that I just happened to slip off of that top rope. Because let's be honest, you would have never got that cutter on me otherwise. You would have never walked out of that ring if I didn't mess up. But don't get it twisted. This is the last time you will see a mistake for Brian Atomic. Because the next time we meet in that ring, you will not be leaving with that championship.
The Kickstarter Jacob Guile is back at the Proving Ground. I was a cornerstone at the old one, and now I'm here for the new era, and now I'm going up against the king of battle, Nick Quiñones, or however you pronounce his last name. Doesn't matter. If he wants to make awareness for PTSD, I'm going to give him some, because the Kickstarter is here. He's going to kickstart the new era of the Proving Ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the king of battle, Nick Quiñones. Now Proving Ground is back, and I'm here to prove myself. Jacob Guile, I've known you for a couple of years, but this is the first time we go one-on-one. But I hope you're ready, because I'm here to blaze the future.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
We heard from both athletes. Now it is go time here. Two bigger dudes, really. Arguably, I'd call this a Haas fight.
Definitely a lot of emotion, a lot of palpable feelings between these two competitors in a first-time bout.
So I'm going to be honest. We have seen many changes in the life of Jacob Guile and how he presents himself, and I'm really not sure what to take tonight when it comes to the attitude and the swag and. I was gonna say swagger. I'm really not sure what we're gonna get.
And maybe that could be part of a strategy, Trevin, to throw off his opponent as well.
So Nick Quiñones, good to see him again here in the Proving Ground. One of the things, and actually it's part of what's represented in the gear that Nick wears, a very big proponent of PTSD awareness, former warfighter himself, and Nick is not shy to tell you. He will tell you straight up he suffers from PTSD, and he's very proud of his ability to overcome it and how he's been able to use wrestling to help with that, and he is, once again, a big proponent of PTSD awareness.
And certainly appreciating the fact of being able to find an outlet within the sport of pro wrestling and being able to return to Proving Ground here to set this new course in this reboot of Proving Ground.
This match officiated by your first American boyfriend, Billy Grace. That's your, not yours, Alyssa, but just like...
Oh, I understand. It was collective view.
Universal, yes. And show of respect, perhaps? Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. No, Ed. It looks like Guile is not having it from Nick Quiñones.
And you can see Nick's like, is that how we're going to do it? And what Nick has in the size and the strength, Guile has in the height, the reach. You meet Jacob Guile in person, you'll be quite surprised how tall this young man is.
And I think, too, another very dangerous thing about the Kickstarter is just this really fiery tenacity that we even saw when speaking ahead of this match, but Nick Quiñones is not here to mess around either, Trevor.
Nick Quiñones just took off the face, slapped the taste out of the mouth here of big Jacob Guile. Look at the takedown. Hey, I think Guile earned that. What do you think?
I would 1,000% agree. There's a certain attitude when you talk about the swagger of Guile that I don't think that Quiñones has taken too kindly to.
And a big senton into the pin. 2 count only, but this thing's sped up quite quickly there.
Yeah, definitely things have escalated.
You're right. No, I agree. And you know what? Again, this is Guile asked for it. And you notice Quiñones is actually giving Guile the space to get back in the ring, or at least attempting to.
I think Quiñones is someone, as the king of battle, who has seen battles of his own, does fight with honor and with respect, but is not getting any back from Guile.
Ooh, what a kick there. Big boot. You notice Guile took advantage of the ropes. Big Nick Q in some trouble. Pinfall. Oh, not even a 2 count.
The Kickstarter, a true opportunist in every sense of the word.
So is what makes him the Kickstarter the fact that he just kicked like that through the ropes?
I mean, it could very well be, and the Kickstarter is definitely wailing on Quiñones.
You notice right here, I think Nick's trying to really figure out where he is at this point. I would fully believe it if Nick Quiñones had been, knocked silly, and what a kick to the small of the back. Little jaw jack in here from Mr. Guile and the WWN faithful. And again, that's one of the fun things about being here live for WWN, especially WWN Proving Ground in this intimate venue.
Yeah, definitely get to tell people like Jacob Guile how you feel.
Of course, Guile using 4 out of the 5 seconds there, and big shocker there when it comes to the kick again. The attitude of Jacob Guile, definitely somebody who will clearly bend the rules.
And speaking of bending the rules, Trevin, you think about the height, the reach, the striking. It was bending the rules something that even needs to be stooped to if you're Guile.
You notice Nick holding onto the ropes, though. Signs of life again, perhaps. And I'm impressed, though. Guile just keeps coming back. There's definitely that killer instinct here. Oh, what a kick.
Wow.
Forearm as well here. And again, Nick Quiñones come back to life, going after Jacob Guile. And again, remember, this match started with Nick Quiñones putting up the hand and saying, hey, let's shake hands, let's have a show of respect. And big boot again from Guile. Good God.
Oh my gosh. Nick Quiñones again just wiped out, but still, proverbial at least, kicking in this match.
But, and again, that's the thing here. It's one of those situations where, from the perspective of Guile, it definitely was not I'm not going to show no respect. I'm going to, from Jump Street, going to take every shortcut, as well as talk smack continually.
Of course.
Pinfall. The 2 count only. Perhaps if Guile wasn't spending the time jaw-jacking with the WWN faithful.
But gosh, imagine if Guile comes out victorious. He's already so big-headed, we will never hear the end of it.
And Guile's trying to get this Dragon Sleeper on. It is definitely warm in the building this evening. You can see the sweat pouring down off of both athletes.
But you gotta think just and appreciate the heart of Quiñones not tapping out and fighting his way back, at least to his knees, trying to get to his feet.
Indeed, Quiñones continually strikes there and beautiful into the modified Olympic slam. Will that create the separation, or will either man be able to answer this 10 count?
And Nick Quiñones definitely struggling to get back to a vertical base, and it looks like Guile is right behind him. I mean, after all the heavy hits that have been exchanged in this matchup, is this the critical moment that Nick Quiñones needs to try and get back in the winning side?
The reality of the situation is, spirit it may be there, but at some point the body gives out. As Nick, though, showing that spirit's still going to reign supreme. Jacob Guile pushed into the corner. Look at that flying elbow as well.
Teeing off on Guile.
Yeah, and if there's anything when it comes to Nick Quiñones, for sure, it is, you're seeing it right now, just the effectiveness of the offense. And Nick has released German suplex in mind. Very impressive. You got a big man like that over.
I mean, taller they are, the farther they fly. Is that a thing? Can we make that a thing?
I'm not going to disagree with it. The cannonball was effective as well, and it's looking like it's Nick Quiñones' match right now. Guile's limp. The pin.
That's it, dragging him away from the ropes to cover. Ooh.
And you said it, just able to get him away from the ropes far enough for the pin, but Guile somehow coming to right before the 3.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like Guile had just enough wherewithal to get a shoulder up, but Quiñones not letting himself get swayed, staying right on the attack.
Strength on display again here of Nick Quiñones. Got the fireman's carry, but Guile gets down.
Quiñones off the ropes.
The black hole slam.
Whoa!
Is this it? Pinfall. No, indeed. 2 count only.
No! Wow. When you think about what's on the line for these competitors, kicking things back off at Proving Ground with so much to prove, Trevin, this could really sway the careers of either of these competitors here at Proving Ground.
Yeah, 100%. You know WWN matchmakers, officials, they're watching closely. That's what Proving Ground's all about. You'll see people who have participated in a variety of WWN brands, people who are trying to break into the scene here in the World Wrestling Network. Wins matter, and the question here tonight, both of these guys just giving their all, beating the crap out of each other. I was looking for a clean word. And right now the Kickstarter looking like he's the one who's going to get that big W.
Kickstarter unleashing a kick straight to the dome of Quiñones. Quiñones is in a bad way, Trevin.
Somehow gets out of the way, and in fact,
Whoa.
Into the pin.
No way.
Great counter by Big Nick.
Whoa! Unbelievable. The tide certainly shifted in the favor of Nick Quiñones.
You hear the WWN faithful, what they think of Jacob Guile.
Yeah, the crowd here at Proving Ground is definitely letting Jacob Guile have it.
But again, at the end of the day, as impressive as Jacob Guile was throughout that matchup, wins and losses, it only takes 3 seconds, and Nick Quiñones able to use that perseverance and at the most critical moment getting the win.
Nick Quiñones certainly knew how to capitalize on that moment, and it panned out in his favor, standing victorious back here at Proving Ground.
Here's a show of respect here from the WWN faithful.
Welcome back to Proving Ground. How's it feel? Oh, it feels good. It feels really good to be back. And I'm here for one thing only. Spreading PTSD awareness and to our day each and every night. Every night is the future.
Hey, short and sweet. I don't think I'd have a soliloquy to give as well after the beating Nick Quiñones went through in that matchup. But still, what an impressive victory.
And yeah, noble cause, a noble competitor, and certainly I'm sure not the last that we're going to be seeing here at Proving Ground of Nick Quiñones.
Unbelievable. See, I came into this like, this is my era. This is the Kickstarter's era, man. This happened last time at the Proving Ground. I kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. This is my time. This is my time to shine, to kickstart the new era. And then Nick, whatever the hell his last name is, I don't care. He wants to ruin that for me. I had him beat, man. I had him beat on the mat, and he just has to do something. What do you want? Huh?
Hey,
what do you want?
It's 1 second match.
What? What do you
match?
What? Good.
I'm all about respect.
Respect. You don't respect me! Hey!
Not here!
That's me!
Not here! Not here! Break it up! You're better than that!
Yeah,
Not
right.
here!
He even said, I'm better! I'm better!
Stay back. We're not doing this tonight. It's over. The match is over, guys. Come on.
You look at this handsome man that's right here. I beat your ass, brother. I beat your ass.
Go.
I did!
Let's cool down, okay? Get a cool head, all right?
Devin Decay, you and I go one-on-one. And we never faced before, but I've seen your film. You're a real tough opponent. I don't like the way you work in the ring, but I do respect you. And by the end of the night, you will respect Harrow. Because your pain will be my peace.
Introduce you first.
Devin Decay making his WWN debut and getting in the face immediately here of the WWN faithful.
I mean, that's one way to make a first impression here, Trevin. But the better way would be to be victorious.
100%. And I was told that our cameras tried to actually catch up with Mr. Decay, and as you can tell, Devin Decay refused to speak before this matchup. Very curious to see what this young man has to offer.
Let's go.
Of course, Harrow now, another return here to a WWN. Haven't seen Harrow in a WWN ring in quite a while. Talented young man. And from a tail of the tape perspective, again, Harrow just a few years in the sport, but Devin Decay, man, in those really first few months since training with Jay Lethal at the Lethal Academy. I wonder what Jay thinks about the attitude of Devin Decay.
I mean, I can't imagine that attitude would have flown very well, but I want to take it back to the fact that, what is this? Looks like just as much trash talk for his opponent as for the crowd here at Proving Ground from Devin Decay.
Once again, how to make friends and influence people, and wow, that's a very unique way to position yourself for the inspection from the referee.
Well, something I think, too, to note, Trevin, is that you had said that cameras had tried to catch up with Devin Decay. He had nothing to say. Meanwhile, Harrow had a lot to say about having respect for Devin Decay as a competitor and saying that his pain would be Harrow's peace.
And this should be telling here. Closer to a clean break than I expected from Decay, but you could definitely see the aggression coming from this young man.
Certainly, you're coming in full head of steam into an environment like Proving Ground where it is all about proving yourself. You gotta wonder if that's also preying on the mind of Devin Decay.
Oh, 110%. I was gonna say, it's not like the goal isn't to win here within the sport. The question is, will you make a mistake when you go full steam ahead, as you put it? And right now, a handful of hair here from Decay, counting along with the official. But that mount there, you notice the arm was pulled behind the back of Harrow. Smart offense. And even though that was a 1 count, I am impressed by Devin Decay.
But is there such a thing as being over-aggressive? And could that be the undoing of Devin Decay as we get longer into this match?
You see Decay getting to the ropes there. The arm bar from Harrow. Well executed, but unfortunately the placement and the reach of Decay helping out. Disrespect.
Definitely has the longer limbs on his side, does Devin Decay.
And the lockup again here, and you're absolutely correct there. And again, you're seeing right now just really the ring prowess of Harrow. Harrow may not have the size advantage, likely does have the speed advantage, as we're seeing right now with that monkey flip.
Harrow really working off of the momentum of his competitor, but quick elbow up from Devin Decay.
And that elbow had so much force behind it. Decay actually fell over onto a knee. I've been told this young man hits hard, and it's looking like it, but Harrow not afraid to hit hard, too. Springboard crossbody. Into the pin. 2 count only here, but I'm telling you, man, I am impressed thus far by Decay, as well as I'm impressed by Harrow and the fact that you can just see the composure of the more experienced athlete here.
And that's certainly the case, Trevin. The farther we get into the depths of this match, the more that I think the experience of Harrow could be on his side against maybe the more explosive nature of Decay.
And again, a handful of hair there. Beating being given by Decay. Dumping down Harrow. You can see the official trying to admonish Decay, but it doesn't seem to really be phasing Devin Decay at all.
Come on, get up.
Devin Decay really staying on top of Harrow, knowing that so much is on the line in making his Proving Ground debut.
Of course, you can hear the WWN faithful, not surprisingly, not taking well to Devin Decay. As Harrow tries to fight back into things, but immediately shut down with that axe handle. Gotta say, the aggression coming out of Decay, and now just disrespect again. For better or for worse, it is definitely admirable what this young man's willing to do.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how popular or how much of a fan favorite you may be. WWN scouts are looking for impressive competition, and you got to give it to Devin Decay in this outing here at Proving Ground.
Big chop again, and that's it. And it's not even just the WWN officials as well, like you saw earlier tonight, and the fact our FIP Florida Heritage champion Anthony Green is in the house. You've got talent of top caliber that joins us here, watching that next generation and really scouting to see who will I face next.
Oh wow, look at the strength of Decay.
But now credit to Harrow, able to find that escape, and Decay's caught in the ropes. What do we have here? Attempt at the sunset flip perhaps, but you notice Decay not only holding on to the ropes, but able to turn it into a counter. And a pin.
Wow, Decay had the full ground and pound on Harrow. It's really impressive that Harrow was able to get the full body weight of Decay off of him.
Yeah, one of the things, again, looking at Devin Decay and watching here as Decay, again, continues to just absolutely disrespect, but also dominate when it comes here to Harrow. You can tell, and this is a guy, again, young in his career, just a few months so far out into the sport. You could see the way the cogs are moving in the head. You could see he's thinking a few plays ahead, how he was able to do those counters earlier. This guy's going to be really dangerous the longer he's in his career, the more experience he gets, and you just saw that strength in the takedown. And by the way, you notice the isolation here as the attack continues to the back and forced into the pin. Yeah, 2 count only, but man, that was impressive. I'm going to say it again. I'm telling you, Devin Decay is going to get more and more dangerous the more experience this young man has here. And very well maybe starting off his WWN career with a win if things keep going like this.
And imagine that is the way to start off on the right foot. Maybe didn't make the best impression with the crowd here at Proving Ground, but imagine coming out with a win here if you're Devin Decay.
And right now, imagine being Harrow, having your head literally twisted off.
Harrow looking like he is in a world of pain. But refusing to relent.
Yeah, I got to give it to Harrow that he's still in this thing, but the placement, and now Harrow finally starting to get to his feet. This is, again, one of those situations where at some point your body might end up giving up on you, but instead Harrow, at least for a moment, was starting to come back, but Decay whipping Harrow into the ropes. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, out of thin air.
The full force as well coming from Decay. That springboard just caught right into that brutal lariat.
But how wise is this of Devin Decay to just meander around the ring instead of actually going for that cover, losing out on precious moments?
No, I think you're absolutely right. This definitely shows the lack of experience. Into the pin, though, the 2 count only. Because, again, would Harrow have been pinned there had Decay jumped right onto Harrow?
It's true.
Obviously, we'll never know.
And Trevin, Harrow, you could tell, was in a world of trouble. And I think that if Devin Decay had capitalized when he, let's be real, should have, this may not have been continuing on his match.
Yeah, and the Pele kick does connect. Decay in some trouble here. Reversal into the forearm there. I'm telling you, I'm definitely impressed by Decay given how long he's been here, but a great counter from Harrow with the elbow.
Harrow definitely using the momentum of Decay against him.
And again, that's what you're going to see with the difference of experience here. Devin Decay may have that raw talent, but Harrow knows what to do, sees the holes, but again, Decay puts on the brakes, but not enough to stop Harrow entirely.
Decay was definitely trying to plant himself, but now Harrow lined him up.
And those 2 knees right to the gut there, definitely effective. Into the pin, but not effective enough. Credit to Decay that he's still in this thing.
And think about how having all of the air driven out of the lungs and possibly fracturing a rib, Devin's still able to kick out.
Hey, how about Harrow holding on? standing on the feet and muscling up Decay, but Decay was able to get back down. Duck the kick as well. The pump handle slam. Is it going to happen? Oh, it looks like Harrow slipped through.
Harrow weaving his way around.
Yeah, but that spinning enziguri does connect after ducking the boot. Is that going to be enough to take out Decay here? The pin from Harrow. He got him. A big win for Harrow there. Knockout blow at just the right time to take out Devin Decay.
And that's the thing about the veteran instincts of Harrow, knowing how to just capitalize on those little opportunities, that split second of a moment. And definitely it served Harrow to his advantage, but definitely an impressive showing as well by Devin Decay.
Yeah, I'm eager to see what the future holds for Devin Decay. Impressive in his debut, but even more impressive was Harrow with the victory here tonight at WWN Proving Ground. Send things down to Michael James.
Devin, give me a run. Got my respect. So they need to push your opponents to have you. I only have a few things to say. Your game will be Harrow's piece.
Indeed, Harrow. Some prolific words there from the young man who was, again, impressive in his return here to Proving Ground. I look forward to see Harrow again in the near future here on the World Wrestling Network.
Harrow, you listen to me and you listen good, Harrow. The next time we're in that ring, Harrow, it's gonna be a completely different story, Harrow. Tonight you got the best of me, but the next time I see you, Harrow, the next time I see you, Harrow.
¿Qué lo que, mi gente? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rafael Delgado, and tonight, on March 4th, I'm making my Proving Ground debut against Uptown Andy Brown. And a lot of you don't know, I was trained under the 8th Deadly Sin Sideshow, and I'm not gonna let my coach down. So Andy, tú sabe, it's going down.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
And of course, we saw Uptown Andy Brown along with the FIP Florida Heritage Champion Anthony Green earlier this evening. But obviously, Rafael Delgado prepared for this opportunity.
And a huge opportunity it is, Trevin, as we wait for the announcement of Rafael Delgado.
Trained here at the WWN Training Center. Young man we've gotten to see have a few matches, but really not getting that big opportunity to get in front of the stage here, the big stage at WWN, so definitely eager to see, can Delgado keep up with Andy Brown?
Can Delgado keep up, and also can he make his trainer Sideshow proud?
Definitely a intimidating presence here from Uptown Andy Brown. And listen, we talked earlier about the experience differential in the matchup, but there is quite the experience differential in this one.
You certainly hit the nail on the head, Trevin, because you have Uptown Andy Brown, who's been in his career about 9, almost 10 years, based out of the West Coast, has faced a veritable who's who across the independent scene against definitely a standout, but a standout of the WWN Training Center by comparison.
Well, that's it. And Delgado, less than a year here officially in the sport. He's only had a handful of match opportunities and for sure not one on a stage like this yet. And add to it the fact that you've got the alternative Anthony Green, our FIP Florida Heritage champion, outside of the ring, and I'd be double nervous if I was Delgado.
Well, certainly it's not only do you have the mind game of the thick daddy, Uptown Andy Brown, but you have the mind games of Anthony Green, the Florida Heritage champion at ringside.
Wow.
Chalk it up to more of the trash-talking prowess of Uptown Andy Brown.
We're back to the trash chants earlier. Of course, it was Sideshow who said, let's get the trash out of the ring. And not surprisingly, WWN Faithful, of course, going to be behind Delgado. Bit of a home field advantage, so to speak. But look at Andy Brown. Not intimidated. What a chop.
Andy Brown just so well known for those really thunderous, lethal strikes.
See, Brown definitely pleased with himself after that offensive.
And a battle cry. Oh, and into it, empty turnbuckles.
And he gave him a little too long. And the elbow now coming in, as well as the clothesline as well. And that's the thing from the perspective of Delgado. Kid's Philippine beat right now, man. You give him some space, Andy Brown, you're going to find out what this young man can do.
And certainly, too, think about what's riding on this for Delgado, not only wanting to obviously make an impressive showing here at Proving Ground, but saying that he wouldn't let his trainer Sideshow down.
Goodness gracious, what a chop.
And that is the thing that is just, Andy Brown is so well known for these thunderous, lethal, lightning clap, thunderclap strikes.
But how about the strength here from Delgado lifting up Andy Brown and the takedown as well, side slam, pinfall, but a 2 count only.
And think about, Trevin, what is riding on this opportunity for Delgado, not only wanting to make an impressive showing at Proving Ground to, WWN officials, but also not to let his trainer Sideshow down.
Well, that's it. You got to think, oh, come on, AG just pulled the leg. First the distraction earlier, and now this.
Wow. I would actually, though, expect nothing less from Next Level, truly.
Wait, hold on. What's Rafael saying?
I knew this was going to happen. Back them up, bro. I knew this was going to happen. Don't worry. Oh, did you? I got an alternative, too. There you go. He's the alternative. He's on my side. Well, this is my alternative. There's nobody here.
Oh, it's Sideshow.
What? I'm sure after the disrespect that Sideshow felt from Next Level, I'm sure he's itching to get his hands on Andy Brown or AG. Is this going to become a tag team bout here at Proving Ground, Trevor?
That's what the people want.
We say no.
You heard? Billy Chris said tag match.
Oh, and the official word comes through. Next Level against Sideshow and Rafael Delgado, Trevin. I don't know if the FIP Florida Heritage Champion Anthony Green came prepared for a fight, although I know he's always got the fight in him. But I don't know if that was something he was anticipating happening here tonight at Proving Ground.
No, you're definitely right. AG's street clothes, Sideshow's in street clothes. But we have a tag team match now. See Sideshow saying, hey, AG, you afraid of me?
I don't think it's a matter of AG being necessarily afraid, but I definitely think the thick daddy Andy Brown is maybe a little bit more enthusiastic.
Oh, the tag now. Rafael Delgado. And of course Anthony Green tags in now.
Well, Anthony, he just needed a moment to, prepare himself. Look, he's got to warm up. This is important. He's an athlete, Trevin.
Now, it's hard to deny that. Florida, our FIP Florida Heritage champion, and let's see how this lockup goes here. Fundamentals on display from AG. Did you just hear Andy Brown yelling, "Why are you booing wrestling? That's fundamentals."
I mean, and AG, I think even, a little aside to Andy Brown, said that he was doing real good.
I don't think we're scoring on points, guys.
I mean, certainly style points would be awarded to AG, but...
Yeah, nice hip toss, can't deny it.
Oh, wow, an insult to not only Rafael, but to Sideshow, his trainer, saying, "This is your prize student." Anthony Green not impressed with his competition, but, I mean, I think if there's anyone that could prove him wrong, it might be Rafael, but certainly not that way.
Yeah, and the big slam there as well, but AG taking his eyes off of Delgado. Look at Delgado powering up. And a rude surprise here for the FIP Florida Heritage champion. And impressive here from Delgado.
Big power on display.
Not even a one count on that pin, though, but you see Delgado smartly grabbing onto AG, cutting the ring off and trying to force the tag to Sideshow, and look at Anthony Green run away.
I mean, Anthony Green just trying to keep himself fresh in this matchup. Tag made, and in comes the Thick Daddy.
Of course, for those of you who saw FIP Everything Burns, first off, you had some highway robbery of Next Level getting involved, both costing OAO the FIP World Tag Team Championship, as well as costing Troy Hollywood his rematch for the Florida Heritage Championship. Ended up turning into a six-man impromptu tag to end that event, and when things broke down again, this time Sideshow had seen enough, getting himself involved, and of course Sideshow has had his own issues with other members of Next Level, so perhaps not such a surprise that things have continued here with Sideshow and Next Level.
Yeah, there certainly has been a Sideshow and Next Level involved in some scuffles through FIP. So yeah, we just kind of carried things over here at Proving Ground with Next Level making an appearance and a cover.
And for those of you who are curious, how do I see Everything Burns? Oh, I was going to say, is that a nonchalant pin? But no, it's a way to hold the man down and get the tag. You can see WWN FIP present Everything Burns 2022 as part of your Club WWN subscription at WWNlive.com. It's only $9.99 a month. The first month is free if you want to sample it out. All Full Impact Pro, Shine Wrestling, American Combat Wrestling, anything that is a WWN family event will stream live, as well as a huge, and I mean huge, archive at your fingertips. Once again, Club WWN.
Huge archive that I'm sure Anthony Green, a true student of the game, has widely perused to build his own wrestling prowess over the years.
Now the man charging in, caught by Sideshow. And you see Anthony Green trying to fight off Sideshow.
I don't know if that was something AG had scouted.
Yeah, it looked like Sideshow had a handful of some beard action right there. And now the tag to Andy Brown. Oh, what a boot! And now the pin. The 2 count only. And there's one thing I'll give Andy Brown, man. You want to talk about effective offense. You get Andy Brown in there, man, and he will dissect you.
And it's a beauty of it, Trevin. I've said in the past, it might not be pretty all the time, but it is sure as hell effective. The way that Andy Brown can just clobber people.
And that kick right there from Sideshow as well. Spinning heel kick, taking down Andy Brown. And now the tag here, Rafael Delgado.
Coming full circle, the original opponent of Andy Brown.
And for sure, I don't think the alternative AG expected to be in the ring tonight, just like Sideshow didn't. But, you know, when you're messing with the WWN Training Center students, well, what better thing than have WWN legend, one of their head coaches here. Big slam from Delgado, and now the pin. But a 2 count only.
And just the fact too, Trevin, is really appreciating the strength and the power of Delgado, that he was able to hoist up Thick Daddy Uptown Andy Brown and slam him the way that he did.
And a blind tag, very smart there by Anthony Green, and I don't think Delgado realizes, and the double clothesline does connect. And of course now AG, the legal man, and taking advantage of this young student being prone.
At the end of the day, AG is a champion for a good reason. He does what he has to do, Trevin.
Somebody's clearly watched Napoleon Dynamite with those chants, but what a shot taken down! Rafael Delgado.
Oh, heavens.
Hey, I gotta give it to the FIP Florida Heritage Champion. Like you said, a true student of the game. I have seen Anthony Green just recite some knowledge, especially when it comes to the history of the sport of professional wrestling in the state of Florida. And if there's anybody who's not only proud of representing this state, but believes that it really means more than some world championships, it's Anthony Green.
Anthony Green has an encyclopedic knowledge of this sport, and possibly also for some of his opponents. Maybe not able to watch as much tape on Rafael Delgado, but certainly I think has Sideshow scouted in this tag team bout.
Oh, 110% here, and you could just see how effective Next Level is working as a unit. And again, as much as Delgado and Sideshow training together, reality though is you just can't duplicate what you're seeing here. The tag there to Anthony Green. Next Level truly is looking like a unit.
There's definitely been a lot of cohesion we've seen in the members of Next Level. Andy Brown is the enforcer. AG is, I say this loosely, the brains of the operation, and they are playing very well to one another, but uh-oh.
Hey, you know what? Anthony Green threw a couple fists there, didn't quite rock Rafael Delgado like he wanted, so he just raked the face, and again, this comes to both the experience and what Anthony Green's willing to do to win. And, if I'm a young man like Rafael Delgado, I'm finding out what a killer instinct's like the hard way here. Pinfall.
And certainly we know that training is one thing, but to actually be in the ring and to be sharing these moments and to have opportunities like this at Proving Ground are lessons that Delgado is going to take with him for the rest of his career.
Yeah, and Andy Brown now again, the blind tag, and Delgado had no clue what a spine buster. And now the pin. Credit to Delgado, he kicked out.
Impressive resilience from Delgado in this matchup, Trevin.
Yeah, it definitely shows you the kind of paces we put people through as they're coming through the WWN Training Center. If you come out of our training center, man, you got to be ready to go. The tag there. Hate to admit it, but our ACW Heavyweight Champion, August Archwell, a product of the WWN Training Center. And look at trying to get away there is Delgado as Andy Brown
hang on,
knocked into the corner. A very prone Anthony Green is now Sideshow's legal. Combination taking down Andy Brown, and I would not want to be the alternative right now, Alyssa.
Oh, absolutely not. It's like looking down the barrel of a loaded shotgun in Sideshow.
And that shotgun just connected, and not just enough. Let's blow out those lungs as well. You can see damage done into the pin. But credit to the FIP Florida Heritage Champion kicking out.
Definitely impressive. And like I said, Anthony Green, I think, is someone that is so well-versed with his opponents, who truly does study a lot of the tape. So, I mean, he might be able to find a way to outmaneuver. But now in comes Delgado, and it's a different ballpark.
Yeah, and you noticed initially when Delgado was saying, tag me, it was Sideshow saying, hey, man, I don't think you're in the shape to do it. And Sideshow dumped into the corner after having Rafael thrown in there, and 2 count only, but that inadvertent miscue there at the hands of AG nearly was it. Oh, what a super kick.
Wow.
Oh, this is ugly. You got to be kidding me. Spike pile driver.
Oh, heavens.
Into the pin. Next Level wins. Impromptu tag team match, but again, won by the team of the FIP Florida Heritage Champion, Anthony Green. Andy Brown, Next Level. You don't have to like them, but man, you got to respect these guys.
You certainly do. It's like we said, they are a dominant force next level, and it's for good reason. But I definitely think that Delgado had a strong showing, although, you know, the numbers game was not in his favor at first. It's very hard to contend with a force like next level here in WWN. Beef is certainly not squashed yet, too, between next level and Sideshow. Whoa.
Well, again.
Told you, brother. Told you.
Here's Sideshow. Told you, brother. Hey, impressive showing, nevertheless, from Rafael Delgado. Sky's the limit for this young man, and you know for sure the issue between next level and Sideshow is very far from over.
This is another one of life's hard lessons, brother.
Tonight is finally the night. I've been waiting for this for so long. Now all I have to do is get through Sage Scott. For years, you've been my adversary. We've gone toe-to-toe multiple times. But tonight, that #1 contendership is on the line. And Sage Scott, you may have beat me in the past, but tonight, when that bell rings, I'm walking out #1 contender. Because you know, and August knows, that I am the real ACW heavyweight champion.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Asian main event. It's a #1 contest match for the ACW Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first.
I am definitely excited here. #1 contendership for the ACW Heavyweight Championship about to be determined. Frick, of course, a former ACW Heavyweight Champion. In fact, the man that was overthrown, if you will, by August Artois. Artois taking advantage of a basically opportunity knocks type briefcase contract victory and going after Stephen Frick at his most prone.
I'm sure that's why Frick proclaimed that he was the true ACW heavyweight champion as opposed to Artois, and certainly has some sorting out to do, and this opportunity at the #1 contendership could be a place to do it.
The size of Sage Scott, hard to believe that this man was once considered a cruiserweight. For sure, he was just making those weigh-ins, likely bulking right back up before ring time, but, or should I say the bell time, but right now, man, #1 contendership to be determined. Sage Scott's been impressive here all throughout the World Wrestling Network. Stephen Frick, a staple of American Combat Wrestling. It's a big main event feel here, WWN Proving Ground.
Certainly is, and what a way to really, as we've said over the course of this night, to kick things back off in this revamp of Proving Ground. It's about these kind of high-level opportunities for competitors here throughout the World Wrestling Network.
Not surprisingly, Stephen Frick definitely going to be the fan favorite here with the WWN faithful.
But Sage Scott, you can see also not letting that shake him. He looks incredibly composed and focused going into this matchup in the early bout.
Oh, 110% agree. You're seeing the strength on display as these two bulls had locked up there. Sage Scott refusing to budge.
And truly, when you look at Sage Scott, if he does not want to budge, he is not going to.
You see another attempt here. Oh! Wow, but Frick quickly recovering.
Absolutely chilling that Frick looked nearly unfazed.
All right, here we go. I already said there's that big fight feel here. It's definitely delivering. You can tell what's at stake from both of these athletes. Takedown by Sage Scott into the front chancery. And you notice, though, Frick quick with his own mat work trying to escape.
We're definitely seeing a lot of agility between these two competitors as they jockey for position here. Frick making his way back to his feet.
Yeah, you just said it. Frick was trying to fight off Sage Scott, and Sage quickly with his own answer. And very impressive lariat there, though, from Frick, taking off the head and again of Sage Scott.
Impressive ferocity that we're seeing out of Frick, and really a testament to how much this opportunity means.
Come on, get back to the ring, let's go.
You notice Sage had been folded inside out, going over the top rope, now taking a bit of a break. We do have a 10 count here.
I mean, but definitely a smart maneuver on Sage's part to take these precious seconds and really kind of reset before getting back into the ring against Frick.
Well, that's one of those things like we mentioned earlier, the intimacy of this venue. Both from the perspective of a spectator, you get a heck of a really, truly an experience, but from the perspective of the athletes, well, that 10 count went a long way to give Sage time to recover. And of course, you notice in the case of Frick too, you know, you hate to lose the high ground, but you don't really have any way to go but straight out to your opponent. The way this building's laid out, there's not go out the other side, come around there's going to be no misdirection.
Definitely not. It's a very straightforward competition that we're able to see here.
Bib. Of course, we're seeing a emphatic kick out here from Sage Scott, but a snap suplex impressively delivered by Stephen Frick. And I gotta tell you, when I saw Stephen Frick earlier this evening, I was massively taken aback in a good way when I saw the shape this young man's gotten into. He's dropped some weight, added some muscle. Frick was effective before, but I get the feeling you're gonna see a gas tank that's got a heck of a lot more space in it than it used to.
That too, and I think we're seeing a bit more focus and more aggression from Frick.
You also saw Sage use the momentum against Frick. Pinfall, 2 count only, but the complexion so quickly changed in this matchup. With Sage just that drop toe hold, throw in Frick, all the momentum into the turnbuckles. Big suplex.
Wow.
You gotta give it to Sage. He just muscles you up.
I mean, it's the exact reverse of what I had said before. If Sage does not want to move, you're not going to move him. But if he wants you to move, he's going to move you.
And like Sage says, big old facts, hard to argue. You got to think if Sage wanted to get muscle just about anything up, like you're seeing again here in that suplex to Stephen Frick.
I imagine, too, the idea of a current ACW heavyweight champion Auguste Artois watching this match and possibly shaking in his boots regarding the potential of facing Sage Scott for that championship.
Well, you gotta be worried about facing either one of these athletes, and I was gonna say a smart move by Stephen Frick heading outside of the ring, but hey, guess what? You saw Sage Scott wasting no time to come out and go straight at Stephen Frick as the count continues. Guys, watch out there. Frick nearly got dumped into our front row here, and Frick barely put on the brakes.
Talk about that intimate setting here at the WWN Training Center.
Of course, Sage Scott breaking the count there. Yeah, I gotta encourage you once again, every Friday night, 7 p.m., you can be there live. Oof!
Ooh, front row seat for action like this.
And the tickets and details at WWNlive.com. Of course, you're watching this event right now, whether you're watching it on Club WWN or you're watching it, on the official WWN Live YouTube. For sure, we are excited to be here wherever you're hearing our voices. And now we are finally back into the ring here. Could you imagine if Stephen Frick won this thing by countout?
I mean, would that technically be by disqualification as well? Definitely doesn't have a champion's advantage, but certainly a #1 contendership could come to either of these competitors. Sheesh.
Well, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And that's the difference in this kind of a setting here is, oh, look at Sage Scott stopping freaking, again, muscling up into the Blue Thunder Bomb. Is this the end?
No.
But Frick finds a way again to persevere.
Frick is thinking about the idea that ACW Heavyweight Championship is, in his mind, rightfully his. It's probably driving him through this matchup against Sage Scott.
And you notice Sage now wrenching at the head there of Stephen Frick. I can't even picture what the torque would be from a guy like Sage Scott if he grabs your neck, let alone the force of that into the pin.
Just the fact that Stephen Frick is still What? Wait, what?
Wait a minute.
What the hell is August Artois doing here?
Hey, you said he was watching the matchup. You were not only right, and
Good luck, guys.
our ACW heavyweight champion, August Artois, taking a front row view, but I gotta ask, was that already a bit of a distraction of the momentum here for Sage Scott?
Whoa.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Sage Scott. Again, you deadlift a man up, you get him all the way over your head. Something called a ground to overhead, and that was just done with a human being by Sage Scott.
Yeah, it was definitely impressive feat of strength from Sage Scott. Stephen Frick is also a wily competitor.
That standing moonsault did not connect. As magnificent as it was, but you notice Sage Scott took the time to let August Artois know, I'm coming for you, and that is my championship.
Frick now, though, making his way up to a vertical base to face his opponent.
And again, fighting back here. Great clothesline. I thought for a second perhaps we were even going to see a huge frickin' spear. That's the thing with Frick. You never know when that spear is going to come out. And the beautiful spine buster. New #1 contender? No.
Not quite for Frick.
But you notice Frick now. Still got that momentum flowing. He still has the WWN faithful behind him. I mentioned the huge frickin' spear earlier. Is this about to happen?
Frick is not losing that momentum, not losing the motivation here in this #1 contendership opportunity.
Sage saw it coming. Got out of the way.
Oh, wait.
But Frick does connect with the spear.
There it is.
Now the pinfall.
Oh, come on.
Did August Artois... You're kidding me.
His hand was on the rope. What do you want me to do about it?
But why help Sage Scott? Does August just not want to face Stephen Frick after capitalizing on an opportunity in the past?
And that distraction there, and I think it was low, but I don't think it was a total low blow there. But regardless, into the Dominator pinfall, and now Artois on the apron. You're kidding me.
What is Artois' endgame here?
I have no clue. Now he's interrupted victory for both of these athletes. You see our junior official, Dominic Coco, is at a loss as to what to do. I'd throw the guy away. Tell him to get the hell to the back.
Now Stephen Frick, though, poised.
Spear connects again. Artois pulled the official out.
Oh, my... So I guess Artois feels like neither of these opponents deserves an opportunity, so he's just going to keep compromising the match?
See, Artois is on the apron now.
In a full-on shouting match with our official. Uh-oh.
Two men fighting for that #1 contendership had enough now, tossing in the champion, and couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
You know, every now and then, you get to see someone get what is coming to them. And it's a beautiful moment.
And the official trying to break it up and just got tossed away by both Frick and Sage at the same time, and...
We have to send it into absolute chaos here, Trevin.
Oh, no. right there. Indeed, the no contest double disqualification by the official. He said, "You both put your hands on me."
You know, Trevin, he may have taken a bit of a beating for it, but Auguste Artois got what he wished for.
Man, that made me happy to say.
Oh, I guess that the plan backfired for Auguste Artois.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you get. You didn't want a number one contender, you get two number one contenders.
Oh.
Still, it's got to not be how neither Stephen Frick nor Sage Scott would have wanted the night to end. And again, I got to say, it's been one heck of a return for WWN Proving Ground here. And this is just the beginning, Alyssa. We got so much more to come in the future here when it comes to WWN Proving Ground and our events pretty much coming every week here to both Club WWN as well as official WWN YouTube channel.
I feel like we have definitely started things off on the right foot here in the relaunch of Proving Ground, Trevin.
Wait a minute, Sage Scott bringing back out Auguste Artois.
Oh.
Sage went right after Artois.
I mean, Sage has the ACW Heavyweight Championship on his mind. Why not go straight to the source?
Oh, big ol' facts. Beautiful into that Dominator again. So impressive. Sage Scott, one of two number one contenders now for the ACW Heavyweight Championship. What a night it's been tonight here at Alyssa Marino. Any parting thoughts?
Certainly, it has been impressive showings by our competitors here tonight, and we're really kicking things off right here at Proving Ground, Trevin.
Yeah, 100%. So again, for Michael James, Alyssa Marino, I am Trevin Adams. Thank you for joining us, WWNLive.com, for all things World Wrestling Network. We look forward to when you join us again soon.
Oh, Jesus. Get away from me. What happened? You didn't hear what happened? They put me in a three-way against Stephen Frick and Sage Scott. I mean, it's not what I wanted. I just wanted them to fight it out, but you know what? Nobody deserves my title. Nobody deserves a chance at my title. This is ridiculous.